So welcome back guys to a brand new video. It has been a minute, but today I thought I'd do a video on my Scrambler 900. I've owned it for 6 months and I thought I'd run through the positives and the negatives I have found. So a bit of a backstory on how I ended up with this Triumph Scrambler 900. So originally I come from a MT-09 and I didn't have many people to go out riding with as such. And it's quite a quick bike. It was a naked, bit of a Larry bike, some would say, and I just find myself riding like an absolute helmet half the time, which is fun, but I sort of wanted to slow myself down. So I started looking at the retro-y sort of looking bikes, and there's quite a few out there. You've got like the Royal Enfields, and then I found the Triumphs, and I was looking at the T100, the T120, and you also got the Street Twin, and it was between this and a Street Twin, and the Street Twin is 103 HP. It's not a quickest bike, but then it's got road tyres and everything like that. And I was thinking, will I still ride that a little bit Larry? So I was still looking at this one and I took it out for a ride and I was actually pleasantly surprised. It's got 63 HP, 80 Newton meters of torque. And to be fair, it does what you want. It puts a smile on your face and it's quick enough. So I thought, let's just take a punt and go for it. So that is how we ended up with the Scrambler 900. So yeah, let's run through some bits and get to it. So as you can see, it's no standard Scrambler 900. From factory, these bikes, they look okay, do you know what I mean? But for me, I wanted something a little bit with my own stamp on, and you can do quite a lot with these bikes. So as you can see, I've done a little bit to it. I've changed the exhaust. That is from a guy on Facebook Marketplace, funny enough. He does custom exhaust. It's literally straight piped and it's bloody loud. It's not quiet whatsoever. So some would say I've unscrambled it, but for me, I think it's different. So I like that one. I've gone for some RFY shocks. Again, I cheaped out on these, but I just wanted to try them. I was going to paint my original ones, and then I got these for like 80 quid. You can rebuild them, and apparently they're no different to shocks when you rebuild them. So that could be on the cards later on down the line. Also changed the front mirrors to NCS, just bar end ones, which tidy the front up quite nicely, to be fair. Going round to the front, we've also done the high front mudguard fender. We've also dropped it around 20mm on the front forks. I haven't actually noticed anything different handling wise, but I sort of wanted to go for a different look. It's all about look really for me, but yeah, so we've done that. The side panels are Street Twin, they're yet to be sprayed, they need doing. Also, we've done the light shield. We've got like the Triumph light shield. To be fair, that was a bit of a con, to be fair. I think it was like 60 quid, but I still yet don't know if I'm going to keep the original headlight in there. I may change it at a later day. Also changed the indicators on the front and back to little knobbly ones. I re-threaded the bolt holes in the headlight and managed to fix them to that. So that's a pretty cool little mod I've done. And then going on to the rear as well, I've done a tail tidy. We've got the black retro plate. This was a bargain. I'll have to link it in the description, but I think I got the whole tail tidy with the light and everything for like 30 quid, which is a steal, and they're still selling them on the website right now. We've also changed the seat to a long bench seat, Triumph, and yeah, we've sprayed a couple of bits around the bike. We've done the handlebars, we've done the kick leg bit, whatever you want to call that bit, where the foot goes, and yeah, I think up till there, that is where we are with mods. There is still more I want to do, but it's time and it's money, as you all know. So let's go on to the pros and cons of owning this bike for 6 months. So the first con that absolutely just crazes me is the coolant cap. This sounds so stupid, but you will be riding most of the time and you will always kick this coolant cap off and it just hangs there. You probably lose a little bit of coolant along the way, I don't know. It's always wet round it, and I just don't know why Triumph just didn't design a better place for it or a better cap lid for it. So that is my first negative with the Triumph Scrambler 900. So going on to the other cons, which there ain't many, which is a good thing, is I changed the front fender to a high one. The high one sucks. It just throws up a load of mud on the front headlight, and it's no good really. The stock one that come with it was really good. So that's the other negative. And the last negative I've got on the bike is probably when you're on the motorway, it'll cruise at 70 nicely. Any more than that, it is quite uncomfortable to ride. The wind's hitting you. It's a naked as well, but it will go faster, but it could be better. I think if it had a 6th gear, it'd probably feel a little bit more friendly to you. But that is my only negatives with the Triumph Scrambler 900. But if we go on to the positives, I think you might agree with me on some of them. So the first positive is it's fucking loud. Also, the riding position. The riding position is really comfortable. I haven't found myself get tired or feeling aches and pains on long journeys. I find it really nice, a really nice place to be. The display is a little bit old-fashioned-y, a little bit retro-y. It looks a little bit cheap, but other than that, it's a nice place to be fair. It's a really comfortable place, and yeah, that is one of my positives on the bike as well. Handling on the bike as well. The handling is really good. I find going into the corners, it feels sturdy, it feels planted, and just the whole ride in general is just really comfortable. Changing gear, again, with the clutch, it just is effortless. It just comes off, it's got a nice biting point, the brakes feel good. Everything about this bike, I have found riding it, is just really nice. The only thing I have experienced is when I've really lent it, I have caught the foot pegs on it, but that could just be my riding position or whatnot. It's only happened twice, I think, in the time I've owned it. But it does move, it moves along. The 80 Newton meters of torque it just makes it such a fun bike. It's all low down power. When you get up into the higher end of the revs and that, it does die off. It's not a fast bike. This is you've got to understand. I didn't buy this to be something that I'm going to go crazy on, and you can still have a lot of fun with it, put it as that. So yeah, it's not a fast bike, but it's very comfortable and it's very capable, I would say. And finally, touching base on like the off-road capabilities of this bike. I've took it off-road probably 3 or 4 times. It's not something that I want to do all the time because the bike gets dirty and I've got sort of an OCD thing of keeping my toys clean. That sounds a bit filthy, but but on experience of taking the bike off-road, the tyres, what it has on them, they come as standard. They cope quite well. It does all right in the field, do you know what I mean? And it's quite fun. You take the traction control off and go on off-road mode and that on it, and you can get the arse end out a little bit, and it feels really, really good fun. And that's another brilliant aspect of this Scrambler 900. You've got the best of both worlds. You could go for a leisurely ride around your local city or whatnot, and you can also go down a green lane and have a bit of fun. And that again is what I love about this bike. So on a whole, I haven't really got any negatives about it. The negatives I do have are very minimal, and the positives just outweigh that. So yeah, if anyone is looking for a Scrambler 900, I highly recommend it. I mean, you've just got to realise that it's not the fastest bike, but it is a lot of fun, and I don't think you'll regret it. I think it is a 10 out of 10 bike. So I haven't got any intentions of selling this bike. I would like to get another bike on the side, but for this I'm keeping it. So yeah, I hope this review finds you well, and yeah, stay tuned and like, share and subscribe. Take care.